Hello.
Hey, let's go. Hello.
Hi, Andre. Um,
Ooh,
are you
hello.
from GitLab team or you are also a contributor?
No, I am a contributor as well.
I see. Okay.
Yourself?
I'm also a contributor, yeah.
Okay. Have you joined one of these in the past?
Yeah, exactly. I just joined like 2 weeks ago. It's really
Oh,
helpful.
okay.
Started, I think. Also, if you have like a question, they're really helpful.
Hmm. I think we have Marco joining as well. I don't know if you've met Marco, and then Missy. Oh, Missy, who is from GitLab, might be joining in as well.
Okay.
We're just a little bit early. I don't know what's happening here. Hello, Missy.
For you. Can you hear me? Yeah. New headphones. Are we waiting for Marco?
Yeah, I guess. So I was just waiting for other people to join. He did say he was joining. I don't know if he's on his way back or something at the moment. How are you doing, Missing? Oh, I can't hear you anymore.
Oh, I think these headphones do too good a job of noise canceling. So if I don't speak really loud, then it picks up like wind or I don't know, sound of
I was
basketball.
gonna say, yeah, you're breaking out a bit there as well.
Let me switch headphones then.
No.
Hello, Marco. Can't hear Marco either.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Oh, wow, that's so much better.
Yeah. Gaming headphones work way better. They're both Bose though, so I don't know why. But earbuds are just like finicky.
Can
Can
you
hear me?
disable the noise cancelling? Marco, we can hear you now.
Oh, okay. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
How's
So,
everyone else? There's some new faces I've never seen before.
Hi guys, this is the GitLab community event, right?
yep.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Just to make sure I'm like this is my first event, so I'm not sure did I get into the right link or not. I just want to confirm.
Good.
Welcome then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Thank you.
is the community one. So it's not I mean, is it official at the moment?
It's kind of
It's officially unofficial.
Yeah, I guess.
So yeah, welcome.
Thank you.
Do you have anything you wanted to work on?
Me,
Anyone who's not me, Andrew, or Marco?
for me, I just want to like like how this works and all, how the community event works. I just want to like I thought I could learn something from this,
Okay.
so I just wanted to hop in. So yeah. I
Yeah.
specifically haven't started contributing to GitLab yet, so I just want to know how this works and all.
For me, I'm currently working at Atlassian. I also met with Marco before, like 2 weeks ago. Currently trying to develop a new feature, but while developing, I just had some difficulties. That's why I actually test them.
Okay.
That sounds like a good thing to dig into then for this
Yeah.
session, if you're having troubles getting that implemented. As for how this meeting in particular works, it's very kind of loose. There's no set agenda.
Yeah.
Or very rarely there'll be a set of agendas for what we actually go over. If you're on the Discord, we had a little side chat where Missy, myself, and Marco were just saying we've got a few things that we can pick up if there's nothing else. That was literally like 20 minutes ago.
Yep.
So if nothing comes up in this chat, then yeah, we'd pick up. I think Missy and Marco are working on some tests, and I was struggling to understand some existing code. But yeah, that's how this works. If you want actual help on getting started contributing with GitLab, like more than happy to go through setting up like the GDK or the GDK in a box on your machine. it's probably worth having a read through the documentation beforehand though, and at least starting to get that set up by yourself, and then we can help finish it off and make sure that everything's working. Other than that, yeah, just feel free to join whenever, listen along and see if you pick anything up.
Okay, sure.
And I sent the link to the documentation from GDK in a box, which is basically the easiest way to set up GDK at the moment. So if you want to have a look at that, that's probably the simplest option you have to set up GDK at the moment.
Okay, yeah, sure.
If there's no
Cool.
specific question, maybe I can ask my question.
Yeah, go for it.
Go for it.
So let me quickly summarize. So I'm currently trying to improve the existing Jira integration. So I think there's like a couple of ways to make this integration happen. So one of the ways I think is kind of like a legacy way. You just get the username or API token and you just sense the issue information through the integration. The more new ways I think is just through the Atlassian Connect. Which I'm trying to actually improve this one. So I think with this one, you don't need to have any inputs or something like that needed. You just click on get it now, and it automatically makes the integration happen. And GitLab automatically starts sending the issue information, deployment information, whatever they have through this integration. What I'm trying to do is currently we do have a new product called GSM, which we try to capture the user's deployment and try to have an interface and display them through that. But for that, in order to make it more efficient, we do have an entity called service. And we give customers a service identifier, and we are saying that just get the service identifier and relate with your existing project, and then you have like a better displayment at the Jira side. For that, so I was planning to put the service identifier inside this page actually, this Jira configuration page. Actually, able to generate this one, couldn't able to generate this input getting part. But I think this is kind of misleading for a user because so you cannot just put the service identifier this and save the change because there's other required fields. So that's why it might be a broken experience for the users. So what I'm planning to do instead of doing this, I think instead of having this one, maybe I can create a new Jira service management integration at here and just have a service identifier text inside that, like simple like this one maybe. Just get the service identifier and save the changes. And when it's active, just sends the deployment information through that. So for that, I was looking, but I think for that, I also need to create some tables and stuff like that. And I couldn't find the specific documentation related with that. So how should I create it on my local environment? How should I make an association with the current project and stuff like that? So just wanted to get some guidance actually.
There's only one thing that I would make sure before doing this, because the current Jira integration works in some way together with GitLab. So introducing a new integration, you have to make sure that they currently existing Jira integration still works, but just using the other connection data, basically.
Yeah, actually, I tried it actually. For example, this is not a local environment. This is kind of like my test environment. For that, I have created a test project and make the integration happen. And actually, let me try to show it to you. So you can see that there is no configured Jira integration here. I just do the integration through this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see my commit information and deployment information at here actually. So you can see that. I think this should be the one. It's this. Yeah, you can see that this is the one. So when we do the integration through that, you don't need this configuration actually.
Mm.
So what I'm trying to contribute is this new one actually. So that's why I think it's not conflicting.
Just curious. Is there such a thing as like a project integration and a group integration?
Yeah, there is
Or are
also,
they?
Yeah, there's also instance level integrations.
Because I'm wondering if maybe that integration is configured on your group on GitLab, which is why you don't see it on the project integrations.
let's
So if you go back to gitlab.com, yeah, if you go up again, yeah, that one. Is it on that one by any chance?
No.
No. Hmm. That's interesting.
I think there's like a two or as far as I understand from the documentation, there's like a 2 or 3 ways to make this integration happen.
Hmm.
So you can see that here one's called Jira issue integration. One is Jira development panel, which one of them is GitLab for Jira app, and there's one other which is called DVCS connector. So there's like 3 ways to make this integration. But I think the most updated one and the one that I want to like improve one is this one.
Mm. And if you go back to the Jira integration page, basically using the token, would that be a different authentication method, or you would also not need the web URL and Jira API URL anymore?
No, we don't need them actually.
Okay.
And users don't need them as well. It's just
Because basically you would either use the web URL, Jira API URL, and the authentication method, or the other method that you are trying to implement, right?
yeah, exactly.
Mm.
So is there a way to make this kind of like a tab, like you can do, for example, make integration through the tab which you need to have this token, or the tab that you need to do. I think there's one integration which is done like that. Which one I checked? This one, I guess. So when you click on this, it just redirects you to another page. If we will do it like this, for example.
Mm.
So which one? I mean, that's completely fine for us. I mean, doing it the other way because actually the new product is called Jira Service Management. So it's also kind of like a new product. So it's not very ambiguous to have another configuration at here because you can see that there's also different products from the same company, which is divided like this. So it's not that very ambiguous. We can do something like this one as well, but I don't know which one is easier, which one is better.
But if you go to the Jira setup, the rest of the configuration, would that still be usable? Like the trigger setup, the issue matching, and all that stuff would still work, even using the new method that you're trying to add?
I think they're not. I don't think that affects the new integration. So if you change them, I don't think that they are working because this is not active right now, and integration works in some way.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, so basically it would kind of be like a completely new integration, like connect to Jira with this method, because all the other settings on this page would basically be not useful at all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah, I think it would make sense to have a different integration.
So, okay. So for that, creating a page like this, do we need to create a table? So I checked so I can share the code now.
I think one of the easiest things to do is to have a look at how they introduced an integration recently. So I think that Discord integration could be recent
Which one?
enough. Maybe the Discord integration could be recent enough because I think Niklas added support for that, so we could try to have a look. Let me check. I'm trying to. Okay. No, it's way older. It's 2 years old. I never worked with integrations, so I don't really know what the best way to do it.
I'm
But
also very new to Ruby, so it's very hard to understand for me to understand the language and the things. So
one thing that I can think of is, have you opened an issue on GitLab and tried to get in touch with the team because they can either provide you better guidance on what's the better way to implement this new thing that you're trying to do, or help you out with what you need to do to create a new integration.
I can do that as well. I mean, if you
Yeah, because that way, I mean, we can have a look at how to add the new integration. That's totally fine. But I would also be interested to get feedback from the integrations team to know what they think about adding a new integration versus adding a new authentication method, basically. And if you want to have a new integration, how you can add that.
Sure. I mean, if you have a contact or something like that, it would be great. I can also create an issue. Also, we do have a channel which we connect with the GitLab product managers.
Mhm.
But I think there's no one from the integrations team, so it would be really nice if we have some contact from the integrations team as well.
Yeah, well, if you create the issue and then ping me or Andrew or any one of us on that issue, we can ping someone from the integrations team.
Sure. Can you send me the link for creating an issue so that I can create?
Yes.
I'm having a quick look through the Git blame or the Git log for integrations folder.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's been quite a while since a new one's been added.
Yeah.
The Jira one is in pretty active development though, by the looks of it.
I'm sending the link to create a new issue on the GitLab project.
Aha, is this one? Introduce beyond identity integration. This might be a recent integration that's been added. When was that? November last year?
Whoa, 25.
It's
file.
it's also an instance integration. So I don't know if that's different from a regular one.
I don't think so, because basically all the integrations you have at the instance level, you also have at the group and project level, I guess. Or maybe not. But boy, there's a lot of things to do to add a new integration.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Factories, specs.
5 files are just adding metrics for it. Adding docs. There we go.
Yeah.
Translations, tests. It doesn't look too bad when you get rid of the tests and the metrics files.
Yeah, and also I guess it depends on how complex the integration is, but this is pretty much only adding an API token.
Yeah, where does this actually do the work? App models integration beyond identity. And app services GPGs validate integration service.
Yeah, I think it's something inside of the GitLab beyond identity client RB.
Yeah.
Okay, but I wonder, is it really the, because this is something built into GitLab. I mean, when you have to sign something, this is trying to call the beyond identity integration if it's active, something like that, because I don't know what this integration really does. But this means that GitLab actively uses the integration, while the Jira integration is working without GitLab doing anything at the moment.
The thing is, yeah, as far as I can see, I didn't see any specific calls from the Jira integration actually. Let me show it from the code. Actually, I checked the code as well.
Yeah, because that's the interesting part, because only setting the API token or whatever it is,
Exactly. For example, you set the API token and stuff like that, but for example, I haven't seen any where they use this. So as far as I understand from the code, there is this deployment entity
Yep.
at which no, not this one, sorry. This is for the Jira Connect one. There's this deployment entity which created when a pipeline happens. So when after create, for example, it checks for Jira Connect, and there is a sync deployments worker, which it calls this async one, which calls this one, Then it calls the execute. It checks for the Jira Connect installation, which is the new integration that I mentioned, by the way. And if there is one, then it creates the client. And using the client, it just sends the info through this.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen any mention about this, any mention about the Jira integration at the project level configuration at this flow specifically.
Yeah, but how is it working for you without enabling the Jira integration? The example that you showed us before.
Uh,
Because if you didn't set up the Jira integration on GitLab,
no, I actually set up the Jira Connect one. So let me
yeah,
show
but
you.
that's done from Jira, not from GitLab, right?
Yeah, but when you do that, the thing is, I think, no, it's like this. Let me show it to you. So how you set up the Jira Connect is, find it. So there is this Jira. Yeah, exactly this one. So you create an app descriptor controller, which you listen for the install events as well. So when there is an installation happen, there's also a token called to the GitLab site, which is listened through this one. When this happen, I think it's create a new application entity. This one is I actually read it all, but right now let me try to find it. This one. Should get some. Anyway, the flow is like this. So when you start integration
But
at
basically,
Jira site, it redirects you to the GitLab site for authorization. So let me show it to you, basically.
oh, so it's a no auth app.
Yeah, OAuth, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Now you actually like it's so
Yes, I need to get that.
you give authorization and you just select a group. For example, this one. Then you just have the token and stuff like that at the site.
Can you go to that group that you just picked, to the settings and have a look at the webhooks?
So you want me to go to integration site first?
No, to the webhooks, right? Yeah.
This is not the ones.
No, it's not that. How is it communicating with GitLab?
I mean, GitLab just sends a web. I mean, you actually saw it, right? So when the authorization thing happen, I think it just tokens. Let's go through the tokens actually. Okay, this is Jira Connect app, right? There's the initialize. Um, this one. There should be somewhere that is initializing this. Yes, sync source. Yeah, here. Um, this connect initialize. But where do you get the installation?
Yeah, but that's using the base URL and the shared secret from the
Jira Connect installation. No, not that one. Just did from this. And so let's see how they get the share secret. Um, Jira Connect installation. Yeah. Okay, there's a new one. There is a create installation. So I think, yeah, here you see when an install event comes from the Jira site, it comes with the webhook and the tokens and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So when it's success, it's called this create installation. At this one, you just create a new Jira Connect installation entity.
And that's basically saves the
Yeah,
URL.
shared secret and stuff like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So then what you do actually when a deployment happens, not this one, when a deployment happens, you just check if there is any Jira subscription exists, which is basically check if the Jira Connect subscription for project exists or not. It's kind of like happen internally, I think. There's no displayment at the UI.
Yeah, so you have something from GitLab communicating to Jira, and when you create a deployment, and that's okay. But when you have set up the from Jira, you connected to your account and set up the project like you just showed us.
Yeah.
How is that? That's doing something, setting something up on the project, because otherwise it wouldn't know the credentials to create the client. That has to be saving the information somewhere.
Yeah, I think so. But this is where I think it saves.
Yeah. Project. Okay. And so basically what you would need to do is
Actually, what I need to do is just very simply, I just want to add a field at this serializer and just say that service ID, which is taken by the user. So yeah, just need to add it here as an association service identifier to here. But this service identifier is static for all the project, not all the project, for specific project. So which is taken by user, just they need to just copy it from our service and put to their project. And we just need to paste it at here actually, basically. Actually, I do some things as well for that and worked. Let me show it to you. So what I did was just basically have the service identifier added here. and which I get it from the another integration called Moxia integration. Just get the data field, and this field is just say that this is the source identifier, and use it as it is. So when deployment comes, I think it also includes the project and integration configurations as well inside. So that's actually how I managed to get the field information.
Mm-hmm. The issue is that I know close to nothing about how Jira works.
Yeah, I think the best way is, as you mentioned, maybe I will create an issue and you just guide me through the issue that I can reach out to some people from the integrations team. Maybe it
Yeah, probably because what we are struggling with, they know, and maybe just be able to reply to give you a reply in a matter of minutes. Maybe, I don't know.
yeah. I mean, no, that's completely fine. I understand. I mean, it's completely different domain, and for
Yeah,
me, it's a
yeah,
completely different language and different project. So, I mean, I'm also struggling a bit, but
yeah, yeah. Because I don't really know how I can. At least I can help you with this, because I would need to know how Jira works and integration works and how
yeah,
the API token works. So yeah, I think your best bet at the moment is to open the issue, and we can ping someone from the integration team to help you out.
yeah, that would be really great. I mean, maybe we can quickly do it with them and just finish it as it is.
Yeah, I think so. Missy, something to add?
I don't think so. I don't know much about any of the integrations or Jira either.
Yeah.
Yeah. I understand a bit now, but I've been trying to read the code for 1 week or so. It's just, I don't know.
Oh, well, you mean the GitLab code?
Yeah, I try to understand the code.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah, it's a bit hard.
Yeah. So yeah, feel free to open
Okay.
the queue and ping me or someone else on there, and we can get you in touch with someone from the integrations team.
Thank you. That would be really great.
Others?
I'm creating the issue right now. Then.
Okay. So we still have 20 minutes or so. At least I have. Feel free to to stay longer. Andrew, I think he disappeared.
You could work on your tests, Marco.
Oh, if your test is easier, it's maybe easier to have a look at yours, because I need to have a look at 2 weeks old MR and get back my head in there and figure out what I need to do.
Ooh. Yeah, I could pull up mine. There are view specs. Does that work with you?
Oh yeah, I prefer view spec.
Okay.
Backend spec.
Good. More back end, so this could probably be really easy for you. But basically, this is what I've added. This trigger token, when you edit it, used to take you to a separate page that was in HAML, and I've added this modal that's a view pop-up with a new view component, so you can
Right.
save it. So I was trying to update the specs in the trigger list, where I've added this modal, and I don't really know specifically what tests I need to add, but I think something like it shows the modal if you click it, and then it opens the modal with the right data or something. So I was trying to get inspiration from this subscription breakdown spec that also implements a modal, but yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
So basically, you already have the specs for the model behavior on the. I mean, you have the specs for the model, and then you have the specs for the list that you may have to make sure that it opens the model and stuff like that.
That's what I thought. I could be going about the specs the wrong way. I haven't written the modal specs at all if we prefer to look at that because it's coming from scratch. I was updating the existing list specs because those were failing because it was expecting the Haml page to open separately and like call a REST endpoint.
Okay, so yeah, how are you passing any data to the model or stuff like that when you open it?
The current trigger.
Yeah, I think let me have a look because I also have written the specs for when opening the model to add a new time log. Let me check what I did there. Because I think I only added the spec that when clicking the button, it opens the model.
Ah, okay. Then maybe that's all I need.
Probably on the list, yes. Then all the behavior, like when you click save, it saves the calls the right mutation and all that stuff should be
Yeah, that'll be in the other one.
on the model spec, yeah. I have to remind myself where the code is. Yeah, button. Oh, okay. So, to be honest, I don't even think that I created a spec to make sure that works. Because yeah, I don't think I did. So it's either a missing test or
It's unnecessary.
yeah. Eh. Also, how are you opening the model?
What do you mean?
Like you have the button. When you click the button,
Mm-hmm.
it opens the model. So you did a handle edit click. What does that do? Show model true. And show what you're doing with show model, just to
Show modal.
okay, there's the data. Watch.
Right, so it automatically updates if we close it, it doesn't still save the current trigger.
Okay. But actually opening the model where that's done.
I think that's part of the
The model?
Yes, I think it's the like built-in modal
Oh, because
like element component.
so edit trigger model, how that component is created.
Let me edit trigger modal. Where'd it go? This.
Oh yeah, there's a GL model. How the because I did it completely in a different way.
Oh,
Because there's I think it's a directive. Let me see. VGL model. Yeah, because there's a directive. It's GL model directive that
okay.
basically let me show. It's easier if I show you.
Hmm.
Oh, you have to.
Oh.
Yeah, thanks. So yeah, desktop. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, so basically this is the sorry, the time tracker, which is the component holding the new time log and edit estimate models. And there's this
Hmm.
model directive, and basically on the two buttons that are, what are they? Time tracking button. So this is the button with the plus to create a new time log, and all it does is basically doing this VGL model,
Hmm.
and you pass in the ID of the model
Hmm.
you want to open, and it does the magic.
Nice.
But yeah, I didn't use that anyway on the specs, I think, because the specs are here. Yeah, I didn't use it. So, but you're doing it in a different way to open the model. I don't know.
I just set the prop to visible, I think.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm. So clicking the button at that point, basically clicking the button, you would just need to make sure that the prop on the model component is set to visible. That's all.
That's it.
Yeah, because if you, I
Make
mean,
sure that basically, because here,
prop visible, yeah.
yeah, the modal, we just want to make sure it shows. Here, right?
It's trigger.
Do I need to import and mock this modal in the triggers list spec?
Oh, but you also have a VIF creating the
Yeah.
model only if the trigger exists. Because current trigger is set to the current trigger when you click the button, so the model gets created.
Hmm.
Okay. So at that point, I would try, yeah, I would do a little bit differently. Like when you click the button,
Mhm.
make sure that the edit trigger model component is found inside of the main component, because otherwise the VIF would not exist.
Okay.
So basically you click the button, you make sure that the edit trigger component is created.
Gotcha. Okay, so I don't really need this, I think.
Oh, yeah, I don't think that.
Well, I need to click the button.
But you need to click the button, yeah, that's for sure. But spying on wrapper.vm, I don't know how someone could feel about that. Because that would basically access the component internals.
Okay.
Hello again.
Oh,
Hey, Andrew.
Yeah, I would do that. At least that. Then, because I think it's a good thing that you basically create and destroy the model itself with the VIF, because that makes sure that the prop that you're passing for the trigger value is updated every time. Because I had the issue with the I don't remember which one of the two, that basically the model is always created and the prop was not being updated. So I think
Ah.
your solution works better.
Mm-hmm.
But at that point, I wonder if you could also avoid mapping the visible value and always make it visible, basically. Because the model wouldn't even exist when the trigger value is nil.
That's a good point. But is the visible attribute necessary because
Andrew is
a
drawing.
VMod?
I was trying to circle something. I was going to ask a question, but I was
Please.
too slow working out how to use the annotate things. If you jump back to the spec again, a sec, sorry.
Yeah. Mhm.
Is that a typo or is that something different?
Oh,
That is to focus only on that spec, so it only runs that one instead of the whole suite. I can
What?
just focus.
Wow.
Oh.
Never knew that.
no, me neither.
I was like, that's not going to work. You put a typo in there. That's fantastic. That's cool.
Oh yeah,
And
that's
then,
very cool.
and then you just watch. So anytime you update it, it'll like run it automatically. That was a tip from Natalia.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
she's so smart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
learn from the master.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, so I think you could remove the visible prop, and I mean not remove it because by default I think the model is hidden. But if you force it to always be visible, it would work the same because the model wouldn't even exist.
Okay. I think this is required though because of this the thing from where does this come from? Yeah, from this.
Oh, because I don't have that model thingy set up on my model. Oh, but that's prop visible. How is it working for me?
We never went live on YouTube.
No, I know, but I kind of prefer it because we don't have the zoom watermark on the bottom right.
Oh, do you only get that if you do a live recording? If you stream?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Lee prefers to just go straight live so he doesn't have to upload it later on.
Yeah, I know, but this also has the freedom of removing parts that we don't want to others to see.
True.
Uh, yeah, why do you need the model JSON part of that edit trigger model?
Where inside of here?
No, on the edit trigger model component.
Edit trigger model.
Yeah, that model up above. Yeah, that line 11 to 14.
That's because of this. I don't fully understand why, but Paul Slaughter explained this to me. So it's just usually it's baked into Vue, something else works separately, but in this specific case, like you have to have the prop visible and event change, otherwise it won't work.
But why? How? I'm my model doesn't have that, and that works.
Hang on a minute. Can you go back to the other file?
The list.
No, sorry, the node modules file.
This one.
Okay.
This is not a component, Vue component. I mean, it's it's like mounting an application with the component, not an actual like component on its own.
Say again, Marco.
Yeah.
It's not a
Basically,
component, it's mounting a component.
I mean, it has a component, but you usually have the index.js that creates the Vue application and mounts the component inside of the application. So you have the component on a Vue file. This is all in one.
Is it?
Yeah, because you have model.js. You don't
This
have...
is just the component though, isn't it? From the GitLab. Yeah, this is GitLab UI.
Oh.
So this is the component being exported from pajamas.
Okay.
Or not pajamas, actually, is yeah.
Okay, I was getting confused. So if you go to edit trigger model.vue, okay. Okay, this is how okay.
I still don't get why you need that though.
Yeah.
You think I can get rid of that? I can try playing with it.
I would remove line 11 to 14.
Okay.
Yeah, once you have removed that, you can either try to set visible to always be true, so that the model is always visible because you are creating and destroying it every time with the v outside.
Oh, no, I don't mean that. No. I was trying to minimize your window, the full screen share. Like double clicking on the screen, it's like no. Annotations off.
I get back in 2 seconds.
What am I looking for? Oh, now I've forgotten what I was going to look up. That's from GitLab UI. I mean, it is literally used in like every other modal, isn't it?
This thing?
Yeah. So yeah.
There's something
What's it
special
being
about
used?
the way it's baked in and modified, but I can't
Okay,
remember
that's really
exactly
weird.
the reasoning.
Yeah, I'd delete line 11 now then. I don't think you can remove it.
Why? I lost.
I did a search throughout the code for prop visible,
Yeah.
and it's used in every single modal
What?
.view
No,
file.
that's not
Except
true.
Marcos.
Yeah, that's
I say
not
not. I say every. It's used in a lot. It's used in 11. How
11.
many?
Only 11.
Oh, how do I search for? Oh, that didn't work. Oh no.
On 410 GL models.
But how? Yeah, true. 410. Oh,
Yeah.
GL modal. Yeah, okay. I was searching for, yeah, okay. I was searching for star.modal.view.
No, actually, if you search for less than GL-model, you have 242 models. So 10 isn't
Yeah,
that big of a number.
true.
Okay. Well, I can try to play with that. I'll keep the note.
Maybe this is
But
turning out to
how,
be more confusing than before.
yeah, how many circles can we go around in? How are you using the GL modal? If you scroll down a bit, then got GL modal, model ID, title, visible.
You know, can you try one thing really quickly? Like remove the line, basically comment out line 11 to 14 and the visible prop. Okay, and then remove, yeah, the visible there. Oh, okay. Model ID, it's coming from where? Oh, it's a prop. Okay. So if you go to the list, you can remove the model show model, I guess. And then include the GL, where was it? GL model directive from GitLab UI. Okay, add it to the directives. Okay, and then on the button that you click to open the thingy.
This guy.
Okay, you add the GL, where is it? V-GL-model, and you set it to the ID of the model. Do you have model ID in here? No, you have, it's added -trigger-model.
Yes.
Oh, that's getting rendered as a variable and not as a string.
This time. Oh.
Oh, because it's v dash. So I guess you can Control Z a little bit. Okay, and how can, well, oh boy.
Where are you seeing edit dash model dash trigger? Oh,
it's the model ID.
yeah.
Can you create at the bottom of the script, basically, up above a little bit? Yeah, at the bottom of the script, set like edit model ID.
Like here?
Yeah.
Oh, in computed, do you mean?
now into options.
Or
Basically, if you put it at line 150, yeah, that.
Like
Um,
this?
No, just edit model ID
Okay.
without the dashes,
camel case.
and then column, and you set it to the string. Yeah, column, like yeah.
Like
No,
this?
double dots.
Oh, pipes.
Nope.
Oh,
No,
colon, sorry.
Double colon.
I heard
Yeah.
column.
Yes.
Sorry.
And then when you have edit dash trigger dash model down below, you can do you can do $ options dot edit model ID. Yeah, and you need the column at the beginning of model ID. Nope.
Like this?
At the beginning of line 245.
Oh.
Yep. And you can use the same $options thingy on VGL model. Oh, my laptop is dying. I'll be back.
Like this.
Okie dokie. Do you need that in quote marks? I can't remember.
I don't know.
Yeah, let's whack it in quote marks, I think. Yeah, and then the same on line, whatever that is, 245.
Yeah.
Yay. I don't know why Marco wanted you to do that.
He likes his modal version better than mine. But now
it's
it won't
broken.
open. Child resolve directive GL modal.
Are you importing GL model?
Should be GL modal directive. And then the directive is set here.
Do you always do it like that? Or do you normally do the shorthand? Or is that code suggestions?
What do you mean?
Oh, no, that's a directive. Never mind. Yeah, GL modal. That should just be line 44 should be GL modal : GL model directive. So yeah, get rid of that first directive.
Oh, got you. Okay. Okay, well that worked. If we
Is it
prefer
editing the
that.
right one?
I think so, yeah.
If you
If we
edit another one,
update.
does it show the right model? Yay. And what was the point of changing that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Now it uses the directive.
I missed the
way
beginning of
Marco
this. I don't know
wants.
what we're trying to fix.
Just 1 second, I'll be back.
I think it's just a different way of setting it up, which might make the spec easier to write. Maybe?
What was wrong with the spec at the moment?
There is no spec.
Oh,
I don't know how to write the spec.
okay.
I'm back. So does the model work?
Yes.
Still works, yes.
Okay, and does it work when changing like how you would expect it?
Yeah.
Okay, and if you open a different line, you also get the different value. Yeah, okay, perfect. So you can just make sure that the model gets created now, because you don't have to test that clicking the button it works, because you would basically be testing the GL directive.
Okay.
I think, I mean, reviewer feedback, okay, but I would be tempted to do it this way.
Okay. That sounds fair. I can have a look at that.
And then basically you only have to write the specs for the model, which is way easier because you just have to check that clicking the button does what you expect it to do.
Sweet. Thank you so much. I'm gonna hop off. But
I didn't put my
yeah,
camera
thank you
back
so
on.
much.
Oh, no worries. I hope I want to ask Paul why he thinks that's needed.
I don't know. That's a good question. We can have it out in the review. I'll edit things and put it up, and then we'll see.
Yeah.
Marco versus Paul with the gloves off. Her.
Mhm.
No, it's just easier to do it this way.
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out.
Yep, I think so. Okay.
Cool. Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Catch
you.
you guys
you.
later.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye.